Welcome back to Torres Journeys. Today, we bid farewell to Jasper and set our course for the heart of British Columbia, making our way to Prince George, en route to the enchanting Stewart, where we'll soon cross into Hyder, Alaska. Our agenda includes the visit to the awe-inspiring Salmon Glacier, where the dance between salmon and bears unfolds during the summer months. Stick around as we conclude our day with a tour of charming Stewart, British Columbia. So, grab some eggnog, snuggle up in a blanket, and join us on this leg of our journey through beautiful British Columbia, all on today's Torres Journeys.
Good morning. It's January 6th. I think it's a Thursday. Friday? I think it's a Friday. Don't quote me on it. Well, we are getting ready.
Why January?
Is it January? Did I say January? Good morning. It's January 6th. I think it's July. It starts with a J. Come on, people. You know how I rename everything. I just... Don't get inside of here. It will confuse you. It's like a maze and a word problem that one letter's missing. So where we were last night, Jasper can be kind of expensive depending on where you want to stay. This was about 150 Canadian dollars. You had to share a bathroom, not bad. It was $100 more Canadian if you wanted your own private bathroom.
Yeah, and because we came in last night pretty late, around 8 o'clock, 8:30, for us it was not a problem at all.
To use the restrooms and get a shower. Yeah, it was no problem. This is our view out through our Venetian blinds here. Bikes over the little blue cover. There's about another, 15 motorcycles out there this morning. They get up a little earlier and get started a little earlier.
Well, they arrived early too.
This one right here, she wants to sleep in all the time. So we went over and had breakfast. Yeah, you know where, don't have to say it. And now it's about 9 o'clock and we're getting on our way. Well, here we are with a bike. We got everything outside pretty quick. Julia, what's today's ride schedule?
Today's ride is supposed to be 4 hours and it's 200.
It'll be 5 because she wants to stop, take pictures, look around, count the birds, look for mushrooms, coffee. Yeah, okay.
And total is 238 miles. For us, we consider it's like an easy ride.
Yeah,
when you go to like 400 miles, it's already a little bit challenging.
There's gonna be some 500 miles coming up, get them to Alaska. Maybe not 500, but 400 something.
Yeah.
And going home, making up all this time, going to be some times where you're going to start in New Mexico and not stop until Louisiana.
Oops.
Not really. I couldn't survive that. So yeah, we're going to get going. It's a nice, beautiful day. It is smoky.
And it's 51 degrees.
And this is the back of the hotel, in case you're wondering. Our hotel room was right there. Showed you the outside earlier. So yeah, okay, let's get this on the way. We got breakfast done, we got coffee out of the way, everyone went to the restroom. We can probably put 200 miles.
No way.
On the clock?
150.
150 on the clock before the next stop. Probably not true, but let's let's just try. So some of you may remember me talking about that code, and it's coming from putting on these aftermarket lights. But when they were suspending this whole thing from changing the tires, and one of the wires did pop out, and fixing that is a little problematic, so I have to get that looked at before. And a lot of you on the forum had talked about all this mechanical, not mechanical, but electrician talk stuff about closed circuits and all that kind of stuff. So my point to this whole thing is, before you go putting all this stuff on and just putting it in and cutting wires, first of all, I don't recommend that. But if you do put stuff like this on, make sure it has like a closed loop circuit, I think is what it is. If not, you guys will correct me. That way you guys won't run into the problem. But they did get this to work again. These don't work. And it is still throwing a code because there's an open circuit, which means it's not completing the circuit. I don't know how they understand and do all this lingo with electronics, but I guess an open circuit means it's not complete. So we'll address that later. I'm sure it's going to be $300.
As Julie and I bid farewell to Jasper National Park, the landscape undergoes a remarkable transformation. Heading north through Mount Robson Park, the towering peaks gradually recede, making way for expansive, flat terrain. The beauty of the region persists, with dense forest painting the scenery of hues of green. So continue to join us along this leg of the journey, where nature unfolds its diverse wonders, showcasing the ever-changing face of Canada.
Oh, it's really bright. We stopped off at a rest area. It's known for its inland forest ecosystem.
Rainforest.
What'd I say?
You just said forest.
No, it's an inland rainforest. And just a good place to stop off. And just take in all of the outdoor stuff. Oftentimes we stop off at a rest area like this. You see about 10 minutes later, see all the cars that we passed.
Yeah.
Pull in. Happens.
But we're about 100 miles away from our destination for today.
Yeah. Definitely need some food. We didn't get any snacks. We should have. We wanted to. Just kind of forgot. Once we got done with we forget everything. We are not the best people to travel with by any means. If you ever do travel with us, bring extra for us. We probably forgot it. There's the bike. Looking all savvy.
Having spent the night in Prince George, our gracious host gave us a locals tour, showcasing the city's culture and unique offerings. As the morning sun graced the sky, Julia and I embarked on the road northward to Stewart, with a substantial journey ahead, around 450 miles, an estimated 8 hours of travel. We're fortunate to witness the extended daylight that accompanies our northern trajectory. So, continue to join us as we traverse the breathtaking landscapes on our way to Stewart.
So this is Morristown Canyon, where the natives or the First Nations have been fishing for, well, for the longest time. And you can actually see a couple of them down there, right over there, fishing. They actually use nets now because of the salmon are small. They'll put them back. They used to use hooks before, and if the salmon were too big or too small, they would just throw them down the river, obviously killing off a lot of the next species of fish. So now they actually use nets. So if the fish is too small, they can simply throw it back into the river. This goes on down here and has a little bit of fall off and goes on up there. So right now obviously the salmon are running and they are here catching the fish. I don't know how many they're allowed to catch within the tribe, but they are allowed it so many.
With a quick stop completed and giving ourselves some time to rest, we're back on the road for about another 3 hours, and we still have about 184 miles to go to Stewart, Alaska.
Yeah. Where are we at, Julia?
Oh, we're at the bottom of the hill of the mountain.
Jeez. We're just about 40 miles away from Stewart, and we stopped here to take some pictures. As you can see, it's a good idea. We got some flowers. Yeah. Stewart. There's Stewart, Florida, and there's Stewart, British Columbia. I'm sure there's even a Stewart somewhere else. But we are going to the grocery store.
You know where it is?
Yeah, turn left.
I only see a liquor store.
That's all you need in life. So we are, and it is absolutely beautiful. I can tell there was gold here once. I think that's what brought everybody here. Either that, it was the alpine skiing. I'm not quite sure what it was. Smell that fire. Julia, we're going to get cerveza. Por favor. Casey's place. Return to the glory days of mining in Casey's place. Alright, let's go in here to the store. This must be the downtown. Grocery store over this way. Julia doesn't want to cook. She wants to find a restaurant. So we're going to be here for 2 nights. So I said, no, let's just go into town, see what they have to buy, and barbecue it. They have a grill back at the place. And do that. Got to find the grocery store. Alright, well, this is the grocery store. Has the basics of what you need. I did see them have, here we go. This is what we want at the end of the long day. Right here. Julia, I think we should do something like this. Boneless beef short ribs, $10.88. Sound good to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Do you want to do
No.
just hamburgers for tomorrow?
The problem outage only till noon.
Yeah, but you can go on the grill. Okay, that's good. We can come back.
You need seasoning. Like, how are you gonna season this?
They had some at their place. Or we just go over here and get some. I don't know. Alright, family discussion time. No, that was pretty easy. What was the total on that?
Oh, I don't want to look, but okay, let's see.
They want cash, but they
It was
did.
$44.
It's not bad. It's what, 4 meals?
Considering that Jesse's cooking dinner tonight because the
Yeah.
restaurants are still open.
Ah, anyways.
So finally the moment has come.
Yeah. All right. Let's see.
We should tomorrow take a picture there. That's the main street of Stewart.
My first impressions of Stewart gave me the impression of how humans explored and settled the vast empty space once occupied by a few. The small town gave me the impressions of a miner's town, remote, limited supplies, yet an energy of hopes and dreams, of discovery, left today with a remembrance of a time gone by.
Well, we have actually arrived to Alaska, to Hyder. And as you can see right here, behind us is Canada, and here we have arrived to Alaska. Yes, we actually have stepped foot right into Alaska. You can see the pavement. We are in the frontier state. We did find some nice couple up here from Vancouver that are going to take us up the glacier, because our bike will not make it on those tires and it's very rocky. So you can see it's a ghost town.
Otherwise you end up spending too much time doing it.
The first impression of Hyder is made obvious that something once great was going to take place here. People had hopes and dreams of making it big in the mining of gold or perhaps fishing. The now abandoned buildings makes me first think, what a great place this would be if everything was still open and functional. Yet, the same problem would arise. We are far, far from civilization, and winters are probably a bit harsh and cold, keeping most sane individuals away. But, who knows? One can never really know, but only form their own opinion.
We have stopped because everyone's taking pictures of something. What could it be? There it is. Early part of the glacier. It will still go up around the corner, so you can go see up the canyon and come down. If it looks a little misty or it looks a little foggy, that's because of the forest fires. Oh, every summer we go someplace where there's snow. Look at that. It could collapse at any second. Well, Yulia, why don't you stand up? Don't. You could take the inner tube down that. And, yeah, I mean, talking the size of a school bus. So normally, along here, the bears are coming from over there to here. Why would they come here? Because there'd be salmon in this, and the bears come down here and they eat it. There's one problem right now, and you can probably see it. There's no bears, because there's no fish. So, right now, it's pretty much just a nature walk. It's not really hiking, because I just call it walking in the forest. Right, Yulia?
Exactly.
Well, we're cooking again, but first, gotta go to the store. No, gotta get rid of some of this stuff that's flying around.
Well, Jesse cooked breakfast and now he's cooking lunch for us.
Well, I'm full into this camping stuff.
Yes. We have a grill now, broom, that's all he needs.
I'll tell you one thing. Later on, we're buying a camper in a couple years, and we're going around the United States, so look forward for that.
Guess who's cooking?
Mm-hmm. What you doing? Potatoes?
Oh, trying to remember how to cook, you know?
Yeah. Now, this is about the Anglo-Russian Treaty of 1895, basically defining the Yukon, British Columbia, and the Arctic part of it. So, this is a bunch of the equipment that they use for the mining. This, I almost said hut. This log cabin here was the original log cabin of the settler who claimed this area. This is not the original location of it, but it was moved, and it was DJ Rainey. He was the first settler and prospect of this area. This cabin, or this log cabin, goes back to 1898, and it was moved here later on. So now we're going to go to these old places where the road used to go over the marsh by these pylons and take a look around there. So here's some bikes that you're going to see along this part of the neck of the woods. Got another KTM. Also, we have some other people here on a Harley Honda, Harley, Victory, Harley, and another Harley Davidson. Again, this is pretty much downtown. You're looking at it. I hate to say it, but I don't think this door has been opened for quite some time with all the doors.
Nice cheer though.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting. See some of the pictures on the wall. Stewart, Main Street, 1910 to 1930s.
Oh, it seems like it got flooded. Oh, see, there was the fire hall. Where now is the museum.
Oh yeah? Oh yeah, that yellow building, that's firehouse, they call it fire hall, same. Here's Toast Works. Stewart Heritage Walking Tour, 306 5th Avenue, built in 1920. Kind of see in there. It does look like it's still operational. It's just closed right now. Dinner 6 to 11. Breakfast 7 to 11. They have their free burritos. This is what they say to walk through.
This is actually the guy that George Wheeler.
Yeah.
He actually stayed in this place. That's what he recommended. I remember it later on.
Who's George?
No, we met in Calgary.
Oh, they got the BMW dealership.
You want an egg? That's an egg. See the egg?
Oh yeah, I don't know if that's... Oh, the chicken, yeah. You pooping out another one? Very Thompson. Ripley Creek Inn. Alright. Bikes. Stewart House. Look at this little car. It's like a Russian tank almost. The thing is, do you ever seen a Lada like that, Julia? So built in 1910, this was the Robert Stewart family summer home till 1945. Still a private residence. Must have been their car. Ripley Creek Inn. John McDonald House. America, German, Canadian, and Switzerland. So 25 quiet, unique rooms on the estuary. Turn left here. 1158 Tidewater Lane. Guess you can stay in all those places.
We have another grocery store.
Want to go in there real quick?
Check it out, yeah.
Check out the competition. Wild Northern Adventures, fishing charters, taxi service, salmon, white, wildlife viewing, and charter service for halibut. This is built in 1936 by W.R. Tooth. This was the Bank of Montreal for 39 years, and since 1980, Sears store and insurance agency. Well, that's kind of about that. And now we'll go check out this area. Alright, let's see what this is. American and Canadian. What do we have here? So, a memory of the men from Portland Canal District who died in the World War from 1914 to 1918. It's the Canadian Legion, erected by the men from the Portland Canal District who died in the World War from 1939 to 45. Okay. Looks like a little storybook they put off to the side here. You can read the book. Mm-hmm.
Oh, we should start actually reading.
Go ahead. So this is the Estuary Boardwalk. Okay. See what Julia's doing. She's back there reading those little story things. Just taking pictures of it all so you guys can see it on Instagram. Alright. Here we are. You always kind of think when you see these old mining towns, if you could turn it into something more than it is. It's glory years. But the thing is, there's no way of getting the people up here. It's so remote, and there's no reason to come. People don't come. So people came because they had work, obviously, in the mines. Which we were talking to the lady in the gas station, but the grocery store today, and she said there is a new mine that they're reopening for gold deposits, and that's going to be bringing more people to the area. So I guess it has a chance of being revitalized. So from what I was being told, this was kind of used as what could have been like the old road. They would put the road up on this thing, build it kind of like this to get the people out and over this area. Have to look further into that with these signs up here. See if Julia's coming. There, Julia. Now that building there has been there for quite some time, since the early 1920s or so. You know, if I ever got a yacht, I'd just get a cargo ship. Those things can go anywhere. So foliage of the estuary. So that's just about what you can see. Really no history here. Just yet. Birds. Okay. You can hear the water running down the side of the mountain. And it feels like there's like should be like a river over there. But it's not. It's the river coming down the mountain. Many, you can't really call those waterfalls, but the water running off the mountain.
It's actually cleared out a lot.
I think the smoke looks cleared by the way the sun is shining through it. So during sunrise and sunset, it looks less smoky than when the sun's straight over. Because if you look way out in the distance, you can still see how hazy it is. Because this morning, the more the sun was coming up, the more you can see the haze. So I think the more the sun goes down, less hazy it appears. But you know, you'd have to turn the news on to know any of this stuff. You know, who am I? It's the guy with the GoPro camera. Is it picture time? Okay. So this is the road. There is a road over there that takes you just around that bend, and that's where the United States Canada border is, just right around that corner, and you are in America, land of the free, home of the brave. All right, Julia got her pictures done. For the rest of this, I'll just put on a time lapse, walk you on out. River. So I'm sure when it does flood, this gets very wet, but right now it's dry. Going across the bridge, Julia. Gotta sound like a train. Chugga 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 choo choo. Clack 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 clack. Yep. Pretty darn cool. Pretty darn cool. Well, Julia, how was it? Julia, like giving you a hard time.
I know. Why do you think they built this thing?
I think just so they can go across this. I mean, people do things like this all the time. I really don't know. It could, like I said, I think it was one of the original ways through this whole thing before they got and built the road. I don't know what they do. Back in the early 1900s, remember, they couldn't really get the heavy machinery up here. Boy, you can just look at this all day long. Alright, well, I think we've bored people enough. They're still with us at this point in the video. They just got to come here for themselves, right?
Absolutely. In the summer.
Yeah, come in the summer. Unless you really like snow and isolation.
Well, if you want to see the bears, come mid-July or late July.
Yeah, definitely not early July like right now. They're not here yet. The salmon haven't come up the river. Alright, Yulia.
Let's go to the hotel. It's dinner time.
Ooh, yes, so good.
On the next thrilling episode of Torres Journeys, our adventure continues as we bid farewell to Stewart. A moment of excitement ensues as Julia and I encounter a black bear in the wild, causing a delightful interruption on our journey. Our compasses points us to Prince Rupert, where we will board a 17-hour ferry, embarking on a scenic voyage along the intercoastal route, guiding us south to the northern tip of Vancouver Island. All on the next episode of Torres Journeys.